close your eyes. And just start to breathe in and out through your nose. Let go of whatever you're holding on to from your day, your week, your month, even longer, who knows? Really fill up your belly as you inhale. And when you exhale, pull the belly button to the spine. Visualize the breath as if it were swirling up from the ground beneath you into the root, up the spine, and out the head. And then visualize the breath going the opposite direction. In through the top of the head, the crown chakra, all the way down the spine, the Sushumna, into the root chakra, Muladhara. Keep breathing, visualizing, maybe finding a color. So, various colors representing the vayus, the air that goes in and out of our body. So maybe if you're feeling a little chilly, you could picture a nice warm orange or even amber or red breath. And if you're feeling overheated, you can picture a bluer or a light blue lavender breath. You can even take your fingers over your right nostril and only breathe in the left. Feminine side, bringing that cooling air into the body. And then finding some balance by visualizing all of the colors. And breathing all the colors of the rainbow or the spectrum of what you were working with. Down the spine, into the root. And then pull that breath into the belly and hold the breath for a count of 3, 2, 1. Come to the middle belly. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Top of the chest. 1, 2, 3. Sit up tall. Exhale all the breath. Let it all out. And then keeping your eyes closed, just start to take some hip circles to the right. Moving slow. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And keep going. Still maybe coming back to that breath. Nice deep inhales, visualizing the various colors as they move through the spine. Finding that evenness of the breath. And reversing directions, taking your hip circles to the left. So we're just starting to move some of the fluids around the hips, getting some movement into the bloodstream. Letting the hips and the body know that we're going to start a little bit of movement. And then slow that down. Take your arms out to the sides like a T. You can open your eyes here. You can even watch me for a second, or you can listen to my voice. Hopefully I explain it well enough that you can keep your eyes closed actually. You're gonna inhale over to your left. You can look at your hand if you want. And then you're gonna take your head back, roll it over to the right, exhale. Inhale, looking at the right hand. Roll it back, exhale over to the left. And you're keeping going by inhaling, rolling, exhale. Inhale, roll, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep moving. So we're moving some fluid here in the cervical spine, the neck, but really slow. And notice how we're just doing these half circles. We're not coming all the way around. So it's inhale over to the other, gazing over that hand, and exhaling other side, and back and forth. Inhale, gaze, exhale, gaze. Half circles around and around. Keep going, about 30 more seconds. Start to slow it down. Very carefully come to the center, lift your head back up, bring your arms over the head, just reach, 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 reach. Take your hands behind your back, interlace, just get that out of the neck, pull the shoulders back and down, stomach in, and release, shake that out. Take the hands over the head, inhale, steeple mudra. You guys all know this one. Thumbs cross, all the all the fingers interlace except the index fingers. They stick straight up like a steeple on a church. You're gonna slightly tilt your head back. This is all just our warm up here. We're not doing anything crazy. We're just warming up around the shoulders and neck. So your head's slightly back here, looking up at your steeple breath of fire, if you can, through the nose. And if not, if you need to do through the mouth, that's fine too, but don't do it too fast because you don't want to get too hyped out from it. So it's so you can either look up at the steeple or you can keep your eyes closed and you keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It's almost like you're snapping the belly back, 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 back. About 30 more seconds. Head is tilted back, looking up or eyes closed, breath of fire. Keep going. Slowly bring your head back up. Reach your arms, spread the fingers, reach, 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 reach. And bring your arms by your sides. Come sitting on your heels. I'll face the camera. And now we're gonna first come into a child's pose, hands facing up. You can have your knees under your belly or knees spread further apart. Hands out in front of you, palms facing up. Big breath, inhale, and then come all the way up. And then exhale down. And keep going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Reach way up, come all the way down. Breathe deep. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. Slowly come back down to child's pose. Rest here if you want to. You can put your arms by your sides, forehead on the floor. Totally relax the belly. And then we're coming to stand. Just do a couple more standing things and then we'll come into more of a flow practice. So your feet are apart and your arms are up like you're a big X. So your arms are straight up. This is like a 5-pointed star in a straight up vinyasa class, okay? So think of it as 5-pointed star. You're gonna reach up, inhale. The right arm is gonna come down to the left thigh and you're gonna do what's called a cannon breath. That's up. So it's back up, opposite. Looks like this. We're just warming up. Non-traditional warm-up here. Been taking lots of dancing classes, Kundalini training, all this kind of stuff is making me really want to work with the breath, especially what we're dealing with right now with this pandemic, you know? You want to keep those lungs moving, clear, and clean. Inhale, inhale, keep going. And slowly come up. I know Ellen and her hubby are going to think this one's a little bizarre, but stay with me. It's fun. Take your hands and they're going to be like right next to your head. You're at about a 90-degree angle with your elbows, maybe a little lower, kind of right next to the heart. And you've got this sort of prayer pose, but, you know, away from each other, right? And it's just inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we're working the hips now. Maybe bend the knees if it's too much for your body. Inhale, exhale. You can also close your eyes, turn inward, keep going. We'll just do about 30 seconds. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. More seconds. And come back up. 2 more things, and we'll come down to the floor again. So now we're in what's known as horse stance. Knees bend over ankles. Arms come out. You're going to inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Oblique work. Maybe the side of the hip. Really hold that belly back. Keep going. We'll do 5 more each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back, arms out, and take your hands back like we did before up here, but here instead. Only about 3 inches. Breath of fire. Look at the space between the 2 hands. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach way up. Inhale. And fold forward. Exhale. Downward facing dog. You should be nice and warm now. Pedal through. And then when you're pedaling, just hold one leg. Then pedal through and hold the other leg. Come to all fours. Take your right leg outside left. Come onto the ball of the right foot. You're stretching through your right hip. Let your head just be long so it's extending out through the neck. Stomach is in. And switch. Right knee down. Slide over to the left. Left leg over to the right, that is. You can even kind of press your left hip away so you get a bigger stretch. Back to all fours. So instead of a classic thread the needle where you come up and then under, we're going to take the hand back by the ear. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Open the heart. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Back to all fours. Other side. Right hand by right ear. Inhale, reach the elbow up. Exhale, under. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Child's pose, arms by your sides. Come back downward facing. And bring your right foot forward, come up high lunge. We're still going to be working with these dynamic breaths, but we're going to also use the warmth we've created with our body to really get deeply into our muscles, right? So inhale here, fists of fire, exhale back and almost tapping. Inhale, straight right leg. Exhale. Inhale, as slow or as fast as feels good for your body. Make sure your front toes are really spread apart so you have that nice base. We're going to take 1 more and land down, and then arms come up. Hands behind back, interlace. And then turn the back foot into a warrior 1 foot or warrior 2 foot, whichever way feels good. You want to give yourself space in the hips to come down for a humble warrior. Let your head hang down. Pull the stomach in. Take your both hands, frame your front foot, downward dog. And feel free to take a vinyasa in between if you're dying to do one. Big breath, inhale. Left foot forward, exhale. Inhale up, find your balance. Spread your front toes, find that base. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, fists of fire. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. Arms up. Bend your front knee again. Turn your back toes. Opposite thumb on top. Interlace. Heart lifts. Inhale. Look up. And humble warrior. Come back up slowly. We've been doing a lot of breath work, so you want to move slow when you come back up. Arms up. Downward dog. Remember, you can take a vinyasa if you feel like it. And holding downward facing dog for 5 breaths. And walk or flip, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. All the way up, reach for the sky. Inhale. Back to the heart, exhale. Reach up, inhale. And reach forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Down to the knees. So like we just did this business, but we're going to switch it up a little, right? So staying on right knee, bring left leg back and come up gate pose. I'm going to scooch you over a little. You guys know this one, right? So the left foot, I look opposite of you. It's easier for me to do the same side as you. So your right knee faces left arch, like you're doing a baby warrior 2, right? Now, normally in gate pose, we'll do this kind of thing, and we'll get a stretch in there. We're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna take our hands behind, and we're gonna go and stretch by using the elbow towards that knee. Now pull the right elbow back. You're gonna feel a different stretch now in that hip. Pull the Mula Bandha, the root lock up. Inhale straight up. And now twist towards that leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, over again. Maybe go a little deeper now. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, elbow over and opposite elbow up to the sky. Inhale, center. And we'll switch. So I'm gonna just kind of do this situation. Actually, I have to think about this. I don't want to have my back to you, but I think I have to. So now your right leg is out to the side and your left knee is down. And then same thing, hands behind back. Inhale, heart lifts up to the sky, over to the side. Hold here, stretch. Come back up and then twist. Center, over. Center, twist. Center, over. And one more. Good, back to all fours and downward facing dog. Big breath, inhale, right leg forward, exhale, arms up, inhale. Don't worry, we're not doing any more crazy fists of fire or anything like that right now. You guys know me well. Toes are spread on the front foot. Let's see if we can deepen that right knee to make it more of a 90-degree angle. Now think about this line all the way up. We talked about it when we were sitting at the beginning of class. The Sushumna and the root chakra underneath, right at the very bottom, the root. Pull up from there. Keep all that energy in. Think about the spectrum of colors we talked about at the beginning of class. Right into the heart center. Arms up. Now let's go for a warrior 2. Right knee is the leading leg. 90-degree angle if at all possible. And let's go for a nice reverse warrior, big stretch. And then right leg straightens. We're gonna take the hands behind and we're gonna really lift that right elbow straight up to the sky. And then you're gonna keep the interlace like so, and you're gonna come all the way out, and then you're gonna drop into your triangle. Heart is really shining forward and slightly up. And if it's all right for your neck, look up towards your thumb. If not, you can look forward or even gaze down. Press into the big toe ball mound of the right foot. Outer edge left foot. Pull the belly button back towards spine. And take the right hip and slightly tuck it under you. So it's like you're getting a spiral in the inner right thigh up. But you're pressing into the ball of the right foot. So there's a opposite spiral happening in this leg. Bend the right knee, warrior two. Downward dog. Big breath, inhale. Left foot forward, exhale. High lunge, inhale. 90-degree angle in that left knee. I'm just gonna switch sides so that you guys can see me on the other side. Heart is lifted, chin is parallel to the floor. Warrior two, turning the back foot. Sink down deep. Left knee bends. 90-degree angle in the left knee. Stomach is in, tail is down. Reverse. Straighten that left leg. Take the hands behind, interlace. Really reach it back. So you can pull those elbows back and get a bigger opening in the front of your chest. If you're doing a lot of computer work or you're sitting on your phone too much, pull the head back into the hands. And then come all the way out. Resting your head into the hands, maybe a slight bend in that knee if needed, and then drop into your triangle. I'm just shortening my stance here. And again, you can look up if it feels okay for your neck. Forward if not, or gaze down to the floor. Pressing the outer edge of the back foot. And the big toe ball mound left foot. Spiraling the inner left thigh back behind you. Back to warrior two. And then downward facing dog. And again, if you feel like it, vinyasa your way through, no problem. Now, I'm just twirling myself around. Roll yourself out into high plank position. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of options here. We're going to go for a side plank, but you can have your knee down, right? We're setting up like this gate pose situation like we did earlier, or full side plank with that hand situation. Now, this is a real challenge here. You're going to take this top foot either back behind you or into a tree and give a little crunch. So it's like a little tiny pulsing down and you're crunching over. Side oblique work here. Be careful, I'm keeping my foot down. And come back high plank. Other side. Remember, knee down is completely fine. And it's a tiny movement. It's like a pulsing. Back to high plank. And then lower all the way down. Take one hand over the other, forehead on top. Shake out the hips. Variation on Shalabhasana, locust pose. We're still working with that interlace behind the head, but modifications are fine. You can do a cobra if you want instead, or hands behind interlace, legs stay down. Inhale, exhale. Come down on the chin. Inhale, shoulder work. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Back to child's pose. Now that the body is super warm, let's come for lizard. Right foot forward. Keep the left knee down. Curl the toes, slide that knee back. So you can stay here. I'm going to give you a few options on this one. Stay here, come on the forearms, or you could take what's known as lounge lunge. Keep your left arm down. Take hold of the right knee. I hope you guys can see with all my hair. I'll come up so you can see the way I'm holding my knee here. Can you guys see that? Then you come down on this arm. And then you're looking over the right shoulder and kind of leaning over to the left hip. So we're still working with that grasping with the elbow out, right? From here, I want you to come into more of a boxy situation. So you have a 90-degree, I can't speak, 90-degree angle here, 90-degree angle there. Okay, so it's like a box. Now we're going to take our left elbow over the right side for a twist. If that feels too much, left hand down, right arm up. And for you high achievers, feel free to lift that back knee. Otherwise, stay in your box. Really press against that knee. Twisting from the middle belly. Maybe look up over the right elbow. And then come back up. Inhale, reach up. See if you can move onto your knee slowly, other side. Look at that. You're in this box situation again. Twist. Now from here, we're going to come in for our lizard. So, hands inside left foot. Maybe you move that left foot slightly out. Curl the back toes under. Lift and place. Many options. Stay here. Forearms. Or taking lounge lunge. You could see me much better on this side. Elbow around and leaning more into that right hip. And then if you want even more, you can look over that shoulder. The deeper you breathe through your nose, the deeper that stretch goes. I just made a rhyme. Did you guys catch that? The deeper you breathe through your nose, the deeper the stretch goes. When you're teaching on Zoom, it's like nobody answers you. So you just, you make yourself laugh. It's kind of a thing. From our lounge lunge or lizard, we're going to come back inside that foot, downward facing dog. Shake your head around. And we'll come back on the knees again. So we started in the beginning of class with this up and down. We've opened our hips quite a lot. We did the lunges with the fists of fire going down really low. We just went with our lunge here. So our hips are super open. We're going to go for a back bending camel. Options, curl toes under or point. Hands waist or low back. Elbows towards each other if your hands are on low back. You want to make sure that your hips stay right like this, over the knees, that you're not too far back like this. So you're pressing your hands into the low back and your heart is lifting, and then you're looking up. And then maybe you reach for your heels and you keep your hips over your knees. Depending on your neck today, maybe you stay like this, or you start to look up and back. Big quad stretch. And at the beginning of class, we did that neck rolling. So we're all open and ready for this now. Slowly, if your head's back, roll it up very slow. Hands come to the waist. Point your toes if they're curled. Sit back. One hand over the heart, the other on top. Close your eyes and feel. Remember from earlier in class the idea of visualizing all of the colors. So coming back to that swirling breath. And then we're going to go into a child's pose before we do another back bend. And slowly roll up and come onto your back. So we'll come in for bridge. And if you have a block or a big thick book, you can put that under your back, or even a meditation cushion. You can place that under your back. And go for a more restorative version. This is real nice. Or you can come in for bridge with the arms by the sides, knees over ankles, hips lift. We're going to be here a while. You can't see my face, can you? I'm doing the inchworm. You guys don't need to do this. Coming in for your bridge, hips lift up. Now, option for that interlace. I know lots of people like doing this. I kind of like the arms by the side situation because it really opens just as much as having the hands interlacing, and it doesn't really exert that much energy because you want to use all of your energy to keep your hips up. You can also have your hands like karate chop hands and press into the upper arms to really lift the heart up. Make sure you have space between your chin and your chest so you can breathe freely. And start to slowly roll down. And take the soles of the feet together. Left hand heart, right hand belly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclined butterfly. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Take your hands on either side of the thighs. Push the knees together. Bring your right knee directly over the left. We're going to go for a happy cow. Take hold of the feet. And you can stay right like this and pull the feet towards you for a big hip opener. If you want, you can rock a little bit, but very gently because you can really jar your hip doing that if you're too deep in. You can come up a little higher if you want to as well, or stay lower. Press the lower back into the floor. Let the feet relax. Maybe you close your eyes. And then arms out to a T, almost like an eagle leg. Take it over to the left. Keep your both shoulders down on the floor. If your neck's okay today, maybe you look off to the right. So gazing to the right doesn't necessarily mean that you're jarring your head and turning it. You just gaze and give it just a tiny, a very nuanced, small turn. Very slowly bring yourself back up. We'll switch over to the other side. Take your left knee over your right. Pick your feet up off the floor. Take hold of the feet or ankles, whatever you can get a hold of. Hold back for more of a hip stretch and then press the lower back into the floor. And again, if you want hello, you can rock a little bit side to side, but very gently. It's funny, ever since I started teaching yoga at home, he used to get like super hyper when I'd get on my mat on the floor and he'd bring me a toy and he'd want to play. And now he's kind of like used to, okay, this is actually supposed to be chill time. It's not supposed to be hyper playtime. It's very interesting. Now, like we did on the other side, you're going to take like an eagle wrap over to the right now, arms out like a T, shoulders stay down. If you want, you can even kind of move the legs a little bit up, resituate yourself to get to the place of comfort where you can relax into this for a few moments. Pretty fun. Breathing deep. We did a lot of back bending. We did a lot of hip work. We did a lot of really deep breath work at the beginning of class. Twists are awesome after back bends. We just did that long bridge pose. We did a back bend before that and a couple of other back bends on the floor on our bellies. Come back into just both knees into the chest. Circle it around. Like we did at the beginning of class when we were seated. Think of it like a hip circle. Switch directions. Feet are just relaxed, hanging down. And when you're ready, final Shavasana. Arms by your sides, legs out. Dropping on my stuff. Totally relaxed. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, reach your arms over the head. Exhale through the mouth, knees into the chest. Roll to one side and rest on your side. And very slowly bring yourself to a seat. We'll take a mudra to close class. Pinky and thumb together. Other three fingers out. This is called Buddhi Mudra, Buddhi. It is believed that if you take Buddhi Mudra when you're having difficulty in communication, that this can be helpful for you. So sitting up tall with your Buddhi Mudra on your thighs or knees and your palms facing up. Just take a moment here and think about the ways that you can be kinder to yourself with your words, your thoughts, and your movement. And B, how you can be kinder to those around you. Being cooped up in the same place, the same people for a long time can create tension and communication issues. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in every place you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.